This is Joe Crispin, former Penn State and professional basketball player. You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
I think you said that he could have gotten more separation.
There were some technique fundamentals in receiver that weren't perfect in the 80s. I had to throw in a few points at criticism.
What was it like playing in March Madness? I mean, we have it going on right now.
But playing there was amazing. I mean, like, that's kind of your whole goal is to just be a part of that. It's such a special thing where the whole country is tuning in and anything is really possible, you know.
You know, my optimistic side said, like I said, that we're going to be okay. We just had a bad game. We were probably experimenting a little bit, ran into a good team.
When you first started playing football, you know, did you always want to play in college?
No, I was growing up. I was a big baseball guy. Loved baseball. And then 8th grade, I remember I got a call from my uncle, Coach Nagel. He's like, hey, I got the job. And I was just like, all right, I'll play football for it.
You played for Joe Paterno.
Meeting like the myth, the legend kind of thing, you know what I mean? You have your Joe Paternos, your Bobby Bowdens, your Nick Sabans, Les Miles, you know, those kind of guys. And when you see them in person, you're like, man, it's just like an aura that they have.
But runs down the floor, and then I think he either got a dunk or like an and one coming off there, like a pick and roll or something. But it was awesome to see like how he's really maturing and completing as a player.
Obviously, doesn't have the accolades that Tom Brady does, but we're pretty much getting a Tom Brady. You know, when he went to the Bucs, that's what's happening. We're getting a guy who's at the end of his career.
Attitude with ever. I mean, dude, we thought Big Ben was a diva. There is no one probably in this NFL like world that you can think of that would probably match what Aaron Rodgers brings when it comes to being a diva.
You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. It's as honest and as raw as sports talk can be. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
Hey, everybody, this is Greg Garrity.
So Anthony Lottie will punt it away from the 41. Greg Garrity is the deep man for Penn State at the 10-yard line.
Former Penn State receiver and 2016 Big Ten champion. You're listening to the best Penn State Nittany Lion podcast, the Mark Lesko Podcast.
All right, everybody. Welcome back in to another episode of the Mark Lesko Podcast. It's just me right now. Brett will be joining us soon. But we're going to get my thoughts, his thoughts on the post-game. Overall, it was a pretty frustrating game. But, Brett, what's up, man? Just started here. Yeah, so... Brett, I'm going to pull up Franklin's post-game interview real quick, and then we're going to get into the stats and stuff. But finished well. So finished, yeah.
Next here on
Can you hear that,
Big Ten
Brett?
Network. Drew Allen, that offense had some work to do at halftime. They did it.
It came out the first two drives after the half. Really efficient.
That is the end of the football game.
Took a couple shots. Obviously, the big touchdown to Ross down the left sideline. But that's the ebb and flows of the season. That's just part in the nature. A lot to clean up.
Finishes. Yeah, we finished well. Lewis is down on the field with James Franklin.
Coach, you were confident when you talked to me at the half that you guys would get things fixed. Some fireworks there at the end. What does today tell you about the way your team finishes?
Yeah, we finished well, but we made it a lot harder than it needed to be. We're playing a lot of young guys, and they're playing like young guys. But we got some work to do, but we'll get it right.
Yeah, Coach, on the defensive side, anytime you get a shutout, it's pretty special. What stood out to you about that group?
Yeah, shutout and turnovers. Our D-line has got to be leading the country in turnovers right now. 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery almost for a touchdown. So those things are positive, and we can build on them. But there's still a ton of stuff we got to get cleaned up.
Coach, I know you pride yourself on being a team that does not hurt itself, that focuses on the details. I don't know if you saw it live on the Katron Allen explosive play run, but Kyron Hudson sprinting from his wide receiver spot to get a block. How do those little things build this team into a championship team?
Yeah, I didn't see that play, but it doesn't surprise me. That's the type of young man he is. And we try to emphasize that. That's how you win big-time games. That's how you have successful seasons, is guys playing like that for their teammates and giving the extra effort.
Coach, thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
All right. I liked his post-game presser.
Yeah, he's being truthful. I mean, he knows it was sloppy.
And he said, we'll clean it up. I believe him. And that's it. That's all Brett and I can do is believe him. And there's nothing Brett and I can do. All we can do is cover this team, cover this sport that we love. As I said in the halftime show, we put our heart and soul into this team. I mean, I put my heart and soul into this, and so does Brett. And to compare the two of us, like, Brett is constantly sending me stuff. I mean, he's always got content to share. He's always on Instagram. He's got tons of guys following him. And Brett, he might follow it more closely than me, and I follow it really, really closely. So Brett's a machine when it comes to that kind of stuff. But real quick, we got to be thankful that the NFL is back tomorrow. Thank God for that. That's good to see. The Steelers open, the Raiders. I don't know who the Raiders play. Brett's a Raiders fan. But, we got to be thankful for that. And, college football is here, man. It's what we live for. So we got to have some gratitude for the fact that we're here. But interestingly, I want to go through this. All right, so scores today. Indiana 56-9 against Kennesaw State. That's a terrible team. Texas, for example, they played San Jose State, and they're up 38-7. So they scored 4 more points than we did, which comparison is not that much, the former number 1 team. Texas Tech, they played Kent State 62-14. Illinois put up 30 points against Duke. Baylor 31-38 against SMU. But just to kind of compare some of these scores, I mean, we're kind of right in the thick of it. A&M 37-14 over Utah State. Florida State 77-3. They beat the living piss out of East Texas A&M. Georgia 14-3 in the second quarter. I mean, so, to compare some of these scores, and we'll see how Ohio State does against Grambling State, Yeah. But to compare our score to other scores, it's not astronomically bad. But Brett, if you can, we'll get this right off the bat. 3 things you liked, 3 things you didn't like on the game. Can you come up with those right now?
I think I can probably think of more than 3 on both sides, really, right?
Yeah.
Most of the things I liked were on defense, personally. But not all. I mean, Katron Allen, man, I'm going to shout him out real quick. Before that long run, he still had like almost 6 yards of carry. He was at like 73 yards or something.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he got faster. This was the first spring, guys. Remember, I don't know if you know, this was the first spring and fall camp that he was not injured the whole time he's been at Penn State. This is the first offseason he actually had to get bigger, stronger, faster, all that good stuff. And he did it. I mean, look, his breakaway speed, and by the way, you can't give all the credit to him because Kyron Hudson on the blocking, dude, he leads the way. That big kick return from King Mack last week was because of Kyron Hudson. Mm-hmm. Same thing because of this run. Kyron Hudson was all over the blocking on that run too. So shout out to him on that. Yeah, I just think Katron Allen is a better he's just a better like down-to-down running back, and it's showing. Yeah. I think Nick is – I like how Nick's trying to be patient and waiting for blocks, but sometimes it just drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, just break it to the outside. You're faster than anyone over there. Like, you're waiting, and then you don't get anywhere because our guys aren't blocking consistently right now because they're trying to mesh as a group, right? So,
yeah,
I think the run game overall was a positive compared to last week, right? Last week we only ran the ball for like 3 yards a carry or something, right? This week we ran for much better than last week. So
let me see here. 6.4 yards per play was the stats.
Okay, yeah. Our running game was better. So Katron Allen, giving him a shout out. Another thing I liked, let's see. Devontae Ross, he showed us what he can be in man-on-man coverage, right? I get it, it's against FIU, but he went up and he got pummeled. Like it was a pass interference on the defense. He went up with one hand and caught it. So, and he had another nice catches. He had like 3 or 4 catches, I think, right? 3. Yeah, 3 catches for, yeah. So, hey, progress from last week. Last week he didn't play much. So, I think a positive. Pena didn't have a great day. He didn't get targeted that much, but I know he'll pick himself up and dust himself off. He'll be okay. So, yeah, I think the second thing I liked would be Devontae Ross and what the passing game can be if they're more consistent. And then the defensive line, man. The defensive line, the Tasmanian Devil. I was pissed because I missed the play. I was getting ready to leave my dad's house. I was watching a game. I put Google, like I had the score on Google or whatever, just like to see if FIU scored. And I see that the score went up on Penn State side. I'm like, wait, what the heck happened, man? I went back inside the house, missed the replay. I'm like, well, I'm going to see a post on Instagram, so I'll just wait. And then Mark messaged me and said the Tasmanian Devil. I was like, crap, dude. I knew exactly what happened. So the defensive line as a whole, Denai Dennis Sutton is still a complete vulture. And Nye White got his first sack. That was cool. He had a good sack.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks good. He's playing defensive tackle now, so it's good that he got some pressure. Zane Duran. I don't really have to say anything about him. He's blowing up the play every time he gets in the backfield. So yeah, those are the 3 main things I liked. 3 things I didn't like. Let's just start off with the play calling, man. It was pretty awful. I don't like how inconsistent it was. There'd be a drive where I thought the play calling was pretty good, like on that touchdown drive with Devontae Ross. Like the play calling was good there. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword because sometimes we think it's a play calling and sometimes it's really just the execution, right?
Yeah.
So it goes both ways, right? Like we might not have liked the play call, but if it would have worked, like I know it's a stupid thing, but Franklin says this all the time. He's like, yeah, right. It's a good play when it works, right? It's a good play call when it works. And he's right, though. Like if the blocking is correct and there's no missed assignments, then maybe the play calling wasn't that bad. But I saw a lot of missed assignments, man. I just saw a sloppy game on offense. Drew, I guess the second thing I didn't like was Drew. His inconsistency today wasn't great. Like I was telling Mark, if this is a game, this is the type of game you're okay if you slip up, right? So Drew slipped up on a couple throws. Just like some easy ones, man. Like he could throw the deep ball to Devontae Ross, no problem, right? Perfect throw. He set his feet right where only Devontae can get it. But when it comes to like the screen pass to Singleton, like just too low, or he's got to clean some of that up, man. And he knows it. He knew the second he turned and threw it, he had his hands on his head again. Like, man, what am I doing? Like he knows, he recognizes this, right? And he's going to work on it and get it cleaned up. I'm not that worried because Drew had a very good game last week and looked very sharp. So, it's okay to have a hiccup. You got to be ready for Oregon, right? That's in a couple weeks. You got to get ready for Oregon. I think Drew had some really good throws and then some really just not great throws. There were no like egregious, like just terrible throws. I mean, they were just a little bit high here, a little bit low. Hadn't been thrown interceptions, right? Like there were no like errant throws that were going to be picked off or anything. It came close. Luke Reynolds should have caught that. I think Luke had a really good game, right? That was the best game he's had stat-wise. I think he did great. You got to wheel that one in, man. You got to bring that one in. It was a good throw to you on the sideline. the defensive guy made a good play on it, so I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, Luke had 7 catches for 58. He was our second leading receiver for the day, so you got to give him credit. I think he's a good safety blanket for Drew so far, so that's good to see. But yeah, I think the play calling and Drew overall, like it just didn't mesh today, right? It wasn't consistent, and that's not what we want to see in game 2. We want to see progress, and that's not what we saw. So hopefully they get this stuff cleaned up for Villanova next week, because we're going to need them to, right? And they're going to need themselves to. So the third thing I didn't like, to be honest, man, I don't think it's, and this ties in with Drew, I don't think the receivers were getting open that great today, to be honest with you. I think FIU played a really tough game on defense, and you got to give them credit, man. FIU came to play. Like, they might not have scored any points, but they had a good running back, right? He was cutting us up a couple times. Their quarterback was slippery. He was able to get out and make some plays with his feet and his arm as well. So I think the linebacker play was not great today, right? There were too many runs where they're getting like 8 yards. I'm like, you guys should be stuffing them, man. You're Penn State, right? You're Penn State. You should be stuffing them at the line. So I think linebacker play and the receivers need to get open a little bit more. That because Drew was, doing his reads. Nobody's getting open, and he's getting rushed. Like, it's a team sport, right? So everyone's got to do their job. And obviously we won the game, so it's not like it hurt us, but everyone has to hold themselves accountable, right? And I think they will. So
yeah, good points. I mean, at the end of the day, you hope that after halftime they would come back, and they did. They did well. Okay, so I said they need to score points in the third quarter. They got 10, and then fourth quarter they got 14. So, at the end of the day, they came in 34-0, so it was a shutout.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's still like we look bad in 134-0. It's pretty good. It's hard to do.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the defense shut them out, which that's the defensive coordinator's first shutout for Penn State.
Yep.
Jim Knowles. Overall, sloppy game on offense. I mean, our defense did everything they could, and I said at halftime, in a good way, the defense is irrelevant. I wasn't worried about them at all.
Yeah.
My player of the game is Jalen Harvey, honestly, because he that kid has a motor. He's been playing a lot.
Yeah.
And so far, it's him and Deny, man. I think they're our 2 best guys on defense. Jalen Harvey and Deny, they're the 2 best guys in terms of their performance and what they've been doing. Chaz Coleman, we don't even need to say anything about him. He's amazing. He did really good, man. Forced fumble, almost took it back. I thought he was going to take it back, but he
should have.
didn't.
Yeah, he should have.
And then Grunt came in for a play, and Singleton punched it in. So the 3 things I didn't like, obviously, the play calling. Again, they get too fancy. I think they need to keep it a little more conservative, a little more vanilla. The first play they got Drew out at receiver. All he's doing, Kotelnicki, if I were to go inside his brain, all he's doing is he's trying to show a lot on tape so that teams like Ohio State, whoever it is, they don't have much to go off of. So what I mean is they don't have much to – they have a lot to prepare for, and there's not a lot that they don't have to prepare for. They have to prepare for everything. And, we saw jet sweeps. We saw runs up the middle. We saw guys lining up all over the field. And, again, to compare the scores, I mean, Texas 38-7 against San Jose State. So, I mean, that's another team that, they have a generational player, we think, in Arch Manning. He has 4 touchdowns, which obviously you would expect that against San Jose State. But, just to compare our scores, I mean, Florida State, we're not putting up Florida State numbers. Okay. We're not going to score 70 points. That's just not what we do really with under Kotelnicki. And I don't know if we will see that, but I didn't like the play calling. I didn't like the O-line blocking. The O-line blocking was pretty bad. Brett and I were messaging back and forth, and that Brett was basically my therapist because I was freaking out.
I said you're welcome.
Yeah. And Illinois is pulling away. It's 45-19 right now against Duke.
It was close in the first half, yeah.
Yeah. But it was like us, we kind of pulled, we were close there. But yeah, across the board, it's 14-3. I think it's halftime, Georgia, and or 2 minutes left in the first half. Georgia against Austin Peay, they're up 14-3, and Georgia's number 4. So
yeah,
I didn't like the offensive line blocking, even though I love our offensive line, I love our depth, I love our guys, but it was not good. The run game was not good. Early on, overall, it wasn't good, and then.
Improvement from last week, though, a little bit. For sure.
Yeah.
Still not
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We had a 100-yard back.
Yeah.
And then the communication, from Kotelnicki to Drew to the receivers, I didn't like the mesh. The mesh wasn't really good. They seemed to be there was a lot of miscommunication, it seemed, across the board there. I mean, early on, they had that toss up to the left, and Pena, I don't think he even knew it was coming. The play calling, the offensive line blocking, and then the communication between the receivers and Drew. That's the 3 things I didn't like. The 3 things I did like, first of all, the defense was pretty much lights out. I mean, they did everything they could have done. I said in the pregame show this morning that, they're going to get some yards on us. They're going to have some big plays. There's nothing we can really do about that. Obviously, the jury's still out on Andy K and Drew A. Yeah, like I said, you want to know the relationship between an offensive coordinator and Drew and the quarterback. It's in the red zone. And, we kind of saw that last week, 1st and goal on the 6, and they throw a bubble screen to the left, and then they end up not scoring to take 3 points. That's not quite there. And I don't know what their relationship is in terms of football, not like relationship personally. I mean, like how they're meshing. I don't know how they're doing, but 3 things I liked. The defense was lights out. I mean, Jalen Harvey has a motor. Chaz Coleman has a motor. I mean, that kid is unreal. But yeah, David, you're right. This jury is still out on that. Absolutely. And then, Denai had a good game. I'm trying to the stats. I don't know what. Still, they don't have defensive stats up ESPN. Neither does Google, which they need to. Well, actually, they do now. Okay. So, Denai looked good. 4 tackles. We had 2 sacks, and I had a sack. Chaz had a sack. Chaz had a forced fumble, almost took it back for a touchdown. So the defense overall looked really good. That's my first thing I liked. I liked the performance from our young guys, which was Chaz. Well, Chaz is a young guy. I liked the performance from him. Jalen is also a young guy. Jalen is he on here? Jalen is
redshirt freshman.
Yeah, Jalen is a young kid, and I didn't expect to see him as much as we've seen him, and he's done really well. He has a motor, so I like the defense. I like the performance from Jalen and Chaz, and obviously Denai. I mean, Denai is, Denai's the
pillar for the defense.
Yeah, literally. He's the auto draft on fantasy. Like he's if you put on auto draft on a fantasy league, they're going to draft who they're going to draft. It's automatic. He's automatic. Like you don't have to worry about him. He's going to perform well, I think, against any team that he faces. Tony Rojas, 10 tackles, really good game for him.
Yeah.
He really had a showing out game. Amari, 9 tackles, man. Like, are you kidding me? And then Captain Dom, he had a pretty good game too. He played a lot more this week. And then we saw Zariah in there. Still haven't seen Quentin Martin. But, yeah, Zariah, what was his stats? He was –
Zariah looked good, though. Zariah had a motor. He had a good motor.
I don't see him on here, but
Zariah
was in finally, so it's good to see him. So, those are two things I liked was the performance from the young guys, the defense overall, and then the third thing I liked was – can you see my mouse? Yeah, okay, you can see my mouse. Rushing wise, okay? 144 yards from Katron Allen. 2 touchdowns from each running back. Singleton had 76 yards.
Yeah.
Damn near had 100 yards. Drew had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, third thing I liked is Katron's performance. Still had 144 yards, even though our offense didn't play that good.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that I think FIU is the best team we're going to play in these first 3 games. I think Villanova is the worst. So, Franklin said at the end of the game. Yeah, Franklin said it at the end of the game. We'll get it cleaned up, and that's it. We still won 34-0, shutout game against a FIU team who I think honestly is they're a lot better than we think, and I knew that coming in. Now, because we're so talented, I still thought that we could put up some points, and we didn't put up a lot of points, but those are the 3 things I like. So. I think that the performance from Katron, in addition with the defense, and Drew didn't have a good game, but he still had 2 touchdowns and 200 yards.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still frustrating to have that against a team like FIU. But again, FIU across the board, their
defense was pretty good, man. Like, I was surprised.
Yeah.
FIU played hard. That one defensive tackle they had, like number 86 or whatever, or 96, that dude was huge. So,
yeah. Let's see here. I'll go back to Google here. FIU had 290 total yards. That's a lot of yards for not having a touchdown.
Yeah,
which is good that we shut them out. We had 409. We beat them in passing at the end of the game, 149 compared to 2, and then rushing 141 to 209. And, that was a great big breakout run by Katron there at the end. But I think the play of the game was Chaz Coleman, forced fumble off a pass. FIU was a lot better than I thought. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I knew they were good. But
I'd say, the 2 best plays of the game is Chaz Coleman and then Devontae Ross. Drew did throw it on a rope. It was a good pass. But one thing about the defense, dude, they do have to get some stuff cleaned up, though. Like you said, it's a lot of yards. Our rush defense wasn't great today. It wasn't. So we got to get that cleaned up. We have to. So.
But at the end of the day, on paper, the score wasn't there. But the goose egg by FIU on paper, man, that doesn't do it justice. Like, the defense really did well. And if they didn't block that kick at the end of that first half, we would have had 37. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I mean, I'm not happy overall, but they still, they beat them. They beat them. They outstatted them, if that's the term. They outstatted them. They had better stats. And the performance by the young guys, man. And this is the game, like you said, to make mistakes. And I think Villanova, I think that's going to be a game where we do put up some points, because I do think at the end of the day that's the worst team we play in these first 3 games. Then we get a bye, then we got Oregon coming in.
Yeah.
And Penn State is going to be a different Penn State when they're playing these better teams like Oregon, Ohio State, Nebraska, Indiana. Chaz did great. And that big old punter was good too. Oh, yeah. Yep. And Brett said that in the pregame show that he's our starting punter now.
72-yard punt. He does, though. They took him out on kickoffs. He kicked the ball out twice. You can't do that, man. You can't give the other team the ball at the 35. So
yeah,
he's got to get that cleaned up, but his punting game is legit. So.
Yeah. Who's your player of the game?
It was kind of a group effort, man, to be honest with you, like on the defensive side. I'm going to give K-Tron some love. I think K-Tron is my player of the game because he's steady Eddie, man. Even when he doesn't get a long run, he gets those hard yards that a lot of running backs just can't get. So I'd say K-Tron Allen. He deserves it. He looked good. Honorable mention, Devontae Ross because of that catch.
Bro, I would almost give Chaz the player of the game because he had the best play of the game, really, on the defensive side for sure. But he didn't have the stats. He had one tackle. And I guess his one tackle was
the strip sack.
The strip sack and nearly took it back for a touchdown. So, but it's good that we saw Nick punch it in there at the end with Grunk in there. But yeah, overall, man, I don't even want to give it a grade, and I'm not even going to be that mad because I've already gotten as mad as I can. But yeah, they got to clean a lot of stuff up. But on paper, you know, stats wise, they look good. The score just doesn't really show. Yeah, but still a shutout, and I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. They came back. They scored 24 points in the second half, and on top, Chaz, his strip sack, and then nearly taking it back. K-Tron's long run. I mean, I would have. The thing is, man, they got young guys in, and Franklin said, young guys played like young guys. But I want midway through the third quarter, I want to be able to pull our starters out. And I remember, I think it was in 22. We were playing Ball State. We won we put up 60 points or something like that. But, those guys were pulled out midway through the third. And I was watching Mike Kresovich's podcast that week, and he said, these guys should be out midway through the third, and they were. That's what I want to see. I want to see our starters out midway through the third so that our young guys get more time and there's less stress on them because, it was a game pretty much up until they scored there to make it 27. It was possible that they could have, scored some points, made it close, but I want to see our starters pulled out and our young guys get in there. Grunk didn't get a lot of time, so I think that will be flipped on its head next week against Villanova because Villanova is not good, and I think that Villanova is going to be a team that we really come out and we kind of have our way with them, if you will. I think that's going to be the team that so they didn't play last week.
Yeah, they haven't. This their first games today. I was just looking at that now.
Yeah, for example, Lock Haven, Tyler Cunningham, who we had on here, the linebackers coach there at Lock Haven, they opened today. Villanova opens today at 6 p.m. against Colgate. They're at home. So, for Penn State fans, check out that game, Villanova game, if you can. But this will be their first game, and then next week will be their second game at Penn State. And I really do think that that's going to be the team that we really put up points on and, have our way with and kind of do what we want with them. I think we'll execute well across the board with them. And on top of that, no injuries, knock on wood, no injuries. Everyone's healthy. Our healthy guys are back. And again, but Quentin Martin, that's kind of a mystery to me. I hope he stays with Penn State. He's not playing.
He's our fourth-string running back, and he's hurt. So it makes sense why he didn't play.
Yeah.
Third string's Cam Wallace. I mean, they didn't even play him. So Quentin just came back to practice 2 days ago. So he's probably still
And I think he will play with Penn State. I think he will stay with Penn State. I don't think there's nothing bad about him being out. He's just not healthy. That's all. So hopefully we can get him back, get him some touches. Because it's going to be him and Cam Wallace next year if they come back. Got Sakeem Wheatley. I'm sorry, not Sakeem Wheatley. Tyke Hayes. And then we got Keemon Spell coming in.
Hopefully.
Yeah, next year, hopefully. So, we got backs. I mean, we got backs. So it's going to be Cam Wallace, Quentin Martin, probably Keemon Spell, man. He's probably going to get some time next year because he's that good.
He's 2027, actually. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, Messiah Mickens will have.
We'll have Messiah Mickens coming in. Yeah. So, yeah, overall, man, I'm all right with it. Brett's got to go to the airport, so he's got to hop off here soon. But
we can talk about the flip at the game. We got a commitment at the game.
Yeah,
we pull it up if you want, if you have it.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
It's on the Penn State page.
What's his last name again?
The commitment?
Yeah.
It's Tavion Branch. It's on Hayes Fawcett. I sent it to you. He's already 6'5", 300 pounds, guys. Yep, and he's a senior in high school this year.
Yeah.
So. He's a big
3-star
boy.
guy out of Pennsylvania, Taylor, PA.
Flipped him.
Flips from who do you flip from?
From Rutgers, yeah. Rutgers probably threw a bag at him, and then Penn State was like, "We just signed with Adidas. We have money now."
Yeah, and I spoke about it on the pregame show today, but I guess there were some details, man. Like Nike wasn't treating Penn State that well, and they wanted Saquon branded shoes, and they wouldn't let them, which is total BS. Yeah. And that would have been really cool. I mean, that's James Franklin through and through, trying to get a Letterman to be our official shoe sponsor.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't know if they could do it with Saquon still. I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be cool if Saquon went to Adidas then, and then they got official Saquon branded Adidas shoes for Penn State. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That's Jordan brand. Like Saquon would be our official shoe sponsor. Like that'd be insane. That'd be crazy.
Abdul Carter
I never even thought of that.
Abdul Carter and Micah Parsons are with Adidas. So I mean, hey.
Yeah. But we will start July 26th when we'll be with Adidas, and then we'll be going into that season with a new stadium and a new sponsor. So, but yeah, I mean, hey, they performed well. They performed well enough in the second half, and I'll take it. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, offense just needs to clean a lot of stuff up, and I think they will. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
they just got to clean missed assignments up and execute better. Tavion Branch, though, the defensive tackle, a lot of people probably don't remember. Zane Durant was a 3-star, right? Randy Adarica, true freshman, 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a 3-star from Florida. So these stars don't really matter all that much, man. Like we can do a lot with these 3-star defensive linemen. Chaz Coleman, 3-star. Think about that. Guess what he did today as a true freshman. So some of these guys are underrated, and that's what it is. Maybe they don't have enough numbers on them or enough tape on them. That's always a thing. Like if these guys don't go to camps and perform, and sometimes they'll drop in the rankings because they don't have a bunch of information on them. So yeah, Tavion Branch is huge, man. Look at him. It's huge.
He's 6'3", 300 pounds. He's bigger than Zane, and he looks pretty solid. Like
I think he's 6'5" now. I think he's bigger than. Yeah.
I mean, he's a solid dude. Like that's why I pulled that up. I mean, he's a solid dude. Like he's not like a chubby guy. Like he's a big dude.
Solid.
So yeah, 6'3", 300. So he's a big dude. And flipping him from Rutgers, I mean, people forget Greg Schiano's at Rutgers, man. He's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
I do compare him to Nebraska coach. What's his name?
We know it.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm so mentally shot because I'm.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not.
Matt Roll.
Matt Roll. I kind of compare him to Matt Roll, a Penn State guy.
Yeah.
As is Greg Schiano, coached under Joe Paterno. Matt Roll played under Joe Paterno.
Yeah.
And cost 22. Drew accuracy needs to be a little tighter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
David and Koss, always good to have you guys on.
Yeah.
Koss, it's good to have you back, man.
Yeah, Koss. Drew's accuracy in week 1 was great, so he just needs to get back. We know he can do it. He just had one of those games, man, and he's got to reel it back in and get back to what he knows and just practice some things, and he'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll know a lot more after next week when we play Villanova. We'll know a lot more. Yeah. I think we can come out and actually perform at our best.
If he plays good against Villanova, then we'll feel good about Drew. If he struggles again, then we'll feel a certain type of way, right? So
yeah,
we need him to improve from week 2 to week 3.
3 touchdowns through
2 games.
Week 2, And that's one less touchdown than Arch Manning. So Arch had 4 today. Didn't have any. Wait, did he have one last week? Yeah, he had one last week. Arch has 5 touchdowns. But Drew, still, he's the best quarterback in college football. I mean, he's not really playing like it totally right now. But just the execution on offense, man, it was so frustrating. I mean, that was so frustrating. So
low line needs to be better. I mean, missed assignments from them all day. Everybody needs to be better. That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I always bring up Landon Tengwall because I like his content, man. But he does film breakdowns on the O-line. And he talked about it last week. They need to execute better. And today, I don't know. I'll watch his episode on the film breakdown, but we'll see. And I'll do a film breakdown episode this week at some point. But, yeah, like Landon will do a little breakdown on that, and I don't know how it's going to go. But he did a breakdown on Clemson's O-line too, and he said Clemson hates him now. So, yeah, we got to clean it up. But 34-0, get the goose egg, and we'll take it. So, we'll take it. Brett, you have anything else?
Yeah, just one thing. So Tavion Branch, his quote for his commitment says, "Don't they say the best in PA stay in PA?" And of course, we have a casual that drops in on the post and says, "Where is he?
Was he a Notre Dame fan?"
Yeah, he said, "No, actually, the best in PA go to Notre Dame."
Yeah.
And somebody says, that's weird. This guy had a what's it called? He had an offer from Notre Dame, so why didn't he go? You know, which
we did
Branch. He had an offer from Alabama, Notre Dame, some pretty decent schools. So,
bro, Notre Dame fans are not very smart. I mean, they make Ohio State fans look like rocket scientists. Some of the stuff they say. All right, Miami's got Bethune-Cookman today, who FIU beat last week. Dude, Miami's going to put up like 80 points on them probably. Let me see here. Oklahoma, Michigan, that's at 7:30. Who does Notre Dame play?
Do they play?
Do you know? Are you looking it up? Who's Notre Dame play?
Notre Dame. Who do you play? They play
UConn today. Another great opponent. Notre Dame is number 9. That's way too high. And they play. I'm sorry.
They don't play today, do they?
I guess not.
No, they have a bye week. Then they play Texas A&M.
Bro, they have a bye week after
you guys
week 1.
can
Are you kidding
watch
me right now?
You can watch Texas A&M beat Notre Dame next week with us if you want. We're going to do a show. We'll do like a post game, like popcorn, Kit Kats, whatever your thing is. You can bring Reese's.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Gus might even make an appearance.
Yeah,
I'm bringing Gus back at some point, man.
Gus is going to bring some Ohio State gear for the fan club.
Who?
I said Gus is going to drop by with some Ohio State gear.
Yeah, I think Gus is working for Ohio State now. I think he's he's involved with them in some way. But yeah, Notre Dame, they'll lose to Texas A&M next week. They'll be 0-2. Then they got Purdue, but they get a bye week after week 1, of course. And then they play A&M, and then they play Full Sail University. Altoona High School is in there. They got a Secretarial School in there. I think it's all women that they're playing. So Notre Dame, obviously, they always have a tough schedule, and that's why they stay independent, man. Because if they, that's why they stay independent. Like the SEC, they changed up their schedule a little bit, and they said that's why we stay independent. We like playing high school teams, online schools, and secretarial schools. So that's what they said. What is the scouting report on Oregon? Are they speedster or they have superior coaching? I mean, they have superior coaching, man. Dan Lanning's a hell of a coach. I have not looked into Oregon, to be honest with you, though.
They haven't played anybody yet. They played Montana State last week, beat the crap out of them. They're playing Oklahoma State right now. They're up 13-0 in the first quarter, so that's I mean, that's good, but Oklahoma State was awful last year, so I don't know what they look like this year.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think we still beat I think we beat Oregon. I think we beat them in the whiteout, but they're not a bad team.
I think it's going to be a close game, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing Oklahoma State right now. So
Dante Moore is 2 for 2 for 71 yards. He threw a deep ball for 65 yards to Decorian Moore. That's their true freshman receiver. He's supposed to be really good. So, but AJ Harris will take care of him, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I think he will.
What is the score right now? Oregon? Oh, Oregon's up 13-0. Oklahoma State, they're not that good. But
you guys notice. No, go for it.
I don't know, David. I don't know what the scouting report is. I have not looked into them yet, but I still think that we're going to beat Oregon at home. I do think that.
They're talented, but they're going to have to come the whole way from the West Coast. So we'll see.
And that's a nighttime game, right? It's a
whiteout. A whiteout
NBC game. Whiteout 7:30. Thank God. Finally, get a decent opponent in a whiteout night game. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for that. But David, I'm not sure, man. But thank you for commenting. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
David and Koss, you're an OG. It's good to have you back. It's good to have you back. Illicit.
Yeah. I don't is he okay?
When you come out of a coma, you won the giveaway. I'll be sending you some stuff your way because you won the giveaway.
We should give him a deadline now, dude. Because
honestly, man, if Illicit doesn't reach out, Koss. I looked at the stats in terms of comments. Koss is 2. So if Illicit doesn't reach back out for his 500 sub giveaway, it's going to Koss. And then we'll be doing 1,000 sub giveaway too. That'll be even bigger. But Koss, it might be coming your way, man. You might have to reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll get your address and send some stuff your way. So, Illicit, former college football player, he said, come out of a coma and hit us up because you won the 500 sub giveaway. But David and Koss, thanks for coming on. Brett, you got to go, right?
Yeah, I got to head out.
All right. Brett is going to pick up the Swedish bikini team from the airport. They're staying with him for the weekend. And so he's got to go. But all right, guys. We will see you this week for pregame, and I'll be doing a film breakdown at some point. But thanks for commenting, guys. We appreciate it.
Yep. We are.
Brett, stay on for.
I got you.